Hi, and welcome back to SSR TV. I'm Lauren Klumpp with Sport and Spine Rehab, and today I'm with Dr. Jay Greenstein. Dr. Jay is the CEO and founder of Sport and Spine Rehab Companies. Thanks for being here, Dr. Jay.
Always great to be back on SSR TV. Thank you, Lauren.
Great. So today we're talking about Winter Storm Jonas, and we have heard so much about the road closures, school closing, property damage, but a lot of folks are winding up injured. So what are you seeing and hearing from patients?
Well, just watching folks and watching them dig out and shovel lots and lots of snow. It's just unbelievable the amount of snow that we received. And people just in the neighborhood coming up to me because they know I'm a chiropractor and they know this is what I do for a living. And they're starting to talk to me about their sore backs. And, so it's really important that one, because people are still digging out, it's really important that one, people really take it easy and monitor the amount that they're doing when they're shoveling. They really need to do it in short, small periods of time so they're not overdoing it and hurting their back. So when they're shoveling snow, when you're out there shoveling snow, make sure that you're just doing it in short periods of time. Do a little bit, take a break, do a little bit, take a break. Secondarily, it's really important that when they are shoveling snow, that they're using the correct postures. You have to bend your knees. You've got to maintain the arch or the lordosis in your back in order to protect your spine. Even using like an abdominal brace, tightening up your abdominal muscles before you make that lift and use your legs to make that lift is really, really important. And lastly, it's really critical that you make sure that you monitor not just your back, but your overall health. And we've seen some reports on the news of folks actually suffering heart attacks because they've done too much. So do a little bit at a time, watch your posture, lift small amounts of snow as you move these massive amounts out of your driveway or out of the street to get your car out. And make sure that if you do start to feel any symptoms like chest pain or arm pain or jaw pain, any shortness of breath, that you stop immediately and call 911.
Great. So at this point, with the snow finally stopped, a lot of people are digging out, returning back to work and kind of our normal routine and schedules. Is there anything that could show up, 48, 72 hours after that people should be vigilant of?
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible that someone may hurt themselves shoveling snow and they don't really feel it right away, or they feel a little bit and then it starts to get worse and worse and worse. It's interesting. I mean, I'm a chiropractor and I'm shoveling snow and I'm following the rules, little bits of snow at a time, taking my time doing it, bending my knees, maintaining the arch of my back. And I actually started to have some back pain. And so, today the first thing I'm doing actually is I'm going to get adjusted at one of my offices. So I think it's really important that if you do feel symptoms and they don't go away within about 48 hours, that you contact an appropriate healthcare professional and make sure that at the very least you get checked out. Little pains and aches can turn into big problems down the road if you don't get it checked out early. Another thing that we're seeing, quite honestly, is we're getting a lot of calls where people have been in accidents. Unfortunately, when people start to get back on the road again and start their normal activities of daily living, getting back to work, the streets are still really slick. And people sometimes forget the property of inertia, and they forget the fact that it's not the same as driving on a dry road. So it's critical that if you are in an accident, that you take appropriate measures to be checked out again by an appropriate healthcare professional. We know through the scientific literature that patients who are in accidents, many times when they are not taken care of appropriately, when they don't manage their symptoms appropriately early and appropriately, that these patients can then progress to other more serious conditions like fibromyalgia. And the literature bears that out over and over and over again. So if, God forbid, you were in a fender bender and you were in an accident and you need to be checked out, do it early, do it quickly, make sure that you're okay. And if you do require treatment, it's really important that you follow evidence-based care. It's not just about taking pills and covering up symptoms. It's about improving your range of motion, improving your flexibility, maximizing your strength and movement function, and getting back to health.
Absolutely. Great. So as folks are dealing with more minor soreness, aches and pains, what are some things that they can do at home to stretch out or kind of alleviate what they're feeling?
Yeah, that's a great point. In fact, even warming up before you do your shoveling or before any physical activity is always a good idea. So it's really easy just to kind of get your body moving. You could even march in place just to get the blood flowing, get some blood to your muscles and warm up. And then after that, you could do some really easy stretching. In fact, we're going to post a couple of exercise videos, some stretching videos on our website for the neck and the lower back, just to get yourself stretched out. If you do come in after, shoveling snow and you are a little sore, not really pain, but maybe a little bit stiff, or you're stiff when you wake up the next morning, these exercise videos I think will be a great thing to help you get loosened up and restore range of motion and flexibility to your spine.
Oh, great. That's so helpful. That's fantastic. So unfortunately, even though we still have ice and we're still digging out, we do have some more winter weather in the forecast, possibly this week, as well as the following week. What can folks do differently to be a little wiser, a little more prepared?
Great question. So one of the things that we did is we went out and we started shoveling the snow before it was done. So by the time it was done, we had less snow to shovel. So I think parsing out the shoveling is a really good idea. Again, being prepared, warming up before you go out is also really important. And the winter weather, it's inevitable. And so if you do unfortunately have some sort of ache or pain that doesn't go away within about 48 hours, it is really important that you get checked out by an appropriate healthcare professional.
Great. Thank you so much. This is such, helpful information to everybody in our area. And thank you so much for all the viewers today. Please do subscribe for more health and wellness news from our doctors and clinical team at Sport and Spine. And again, we'll have some links to some really helpful exercises below and on our website. Thanks again, Dr. J.
Thanks, Lauren. Great to see you. Everybody be safe out there.